Hello, and welcome to a really quick tutorial on using the WebAIM Contrast Checker. You'll see here at the top, the link is webaim.org/resources/contrast checker. It is a very quick tool to use to check on contrast. So my favorite feature of it is that it uses an eyedropper tool that lets you select a color on your screen. So if you click on the color bar and click the eyedropper, you can move this circle tool over and grab your color. This is foreground, so that will be our text color, which is black right now, and then you select your background color with the same process. Click on the color again, then the eyedropper, and go over and select our yellow. You can see here with the black text that it passes all standards, whether the text is large or small, or a user interface item. So let's check some other colors and see some other options with this tool and what it looks like if a color fails. So on this next slide, we have the same yellow as the background color with white text. Let's see if that passes again. Click the foreground color box, click the eyedropper tool, and select the white text. Looking at the results, it says that it fails regardless of the size of text, typically yellows, oranges, and reds. As it says on the slide, I'm always going to check, especially if white text is used on them. I do check most colors just to be safe. Let's check a few more. So on the right half of this slide, our background color is changing from yellow to white. So let's change the background color on the contrast checker to white. Now we can test our first color. Select the color from the first bullet, which is gray. It looks like our gray passes just fine. I strive for the AAA standard, but AA is fine if that suits your needs. We check the blue color with the same white background, and the blue passes, except for the AAA standard for all sizes of text. Now let's check our teal or our lighter blue color. That one fails for all of our standards. For the purple color, that one passes on all levels, and then our last color, which is the bright red, which a lot of folks use for things, fails unless it's large text, which is above font size 18. So note that the bright red is a really common color that people use to highlight content. It is often used to highlight errors or required fields, but it isn't accessible to use color as the only indicator of information, and also, it's not contrast compliant. So one of the other cool features of the WebAIM tool is the lightness bar here. If you have a color that's not passing compliance standards and you want a similar color, you can drag it to the left to darken the color. Watch the bottom test results as the color darkens. They will change as the new shade passes or fails the contrast check. You can adjust until it passes the level you are looking to meet, such as normal text AA standard, and then select the hex code and update your color in Word or PowerPoint. So if you copy the passing hex code and then highlight my text, click on Text Colors, then More Colors. Move to the Custom tab, which has a hex code field at the bottom. Paste in your hex code and enter. So now I've updated my colors and it passes the contrast checker. Our teal color also didn't pass the contrast checker, so we would want to go back and adjust that color as well. Again, select the teal color. Use the lightness bar to darken until it passes the compliance test. Then copy the passing hex code, highlight the teal text, click on Text Colors, then More Colors. Move to the Custom tab, which has a hex code field at the bottom. Paste in your hex code and enter. Thank you for watching this brief tutorial on the WebAIM Contrast Checker. For feedback or accommodations, reach out to heather.hicks@vermont.gov.